Welcome to our 19th annual Great Futures for Kids Breakfast. 1 year ago, if you can believe it, we held our first online event. The lockdown had just begun, and we had just opened the doors to our brand new virtual club. I didn't know what the year would bring, but I made a promise. We would do whatever it takes for our members to succeed, and we kept that promise. We've added 135 new staff members, 11 new club locations, and over $1 million in new spending on programs to help kids during this crisis. We truly did whatever it takes, and I have to thank our frontline staff, our board of directors, and you, the community, for making it possible. Today, I wanted to share a little bit about the work and the challenge that lies ahead. I'm going to invite two of our frontline staff, Osvaldo and Monique, to share their experiences.
I have been working with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Oxnard and Port Hueneme now for 6 years. I remember my first week working in the summer as a youth development professional, and it was terrifying to say the least. In the summers before COVID, there would be between 400 to 500 children going through our doors daily, and seeing all those children intimidated me. However, I immediately saw the value of the club. I saw children having fun in a safe place with supporting adults. In addition, when the school year started, I saw the importance of helping children academically during Power Hour, which is a scheduled time where all members work on homework and read. Before all the school closures, Power Hour was a normal part of running a program to help the youth academically. They had a regular routine. They would hang their backpacks neatly on hooks lined outside of class, pull out their materials, and get to work. For the most part, all children had their materials ready and they knew what they were working on. In a class of 20 children, about 1/4 of the class had no homework, so they would quietly read during that time. Another 5 to 7 children needed some help, but were fairly independent, and lastly, 1 to 3 children needed individualized assistance. Our staff assisted the children with their assignments, and especially those 1 to 3 children who needed it the most. When we opened the school sites in October as a response to COVID-19, I never imagined the stark contrast between our current situation and last year. According to the Urban Institute, low-income families will experience steeper learning losses than higher-income peers. We immediately saw this on day one as children came unprepared and lost. Some children had no idea how to log onto their synchronous learning classes and didn't even know their teacher's name. This was due to the fact that some children did not have internet access or parents at home to help them. They were alone, trying to navigate schooling, not only for them, but their siblings. I could only imagine how many weeks they lost in their education due to not having the resources. With the lack of internet, those children were behind on their assignments, which are tracked through an app called Seesaw. Some children were behind in over 100 assignments. Because of this, we had kindergarteners who could not count to 10, and first graders who did not know the difference between 2 and 7, or how to do simple arithmetic. Sadly, this was not happening in just one outlier class. This was across the board to varying degrees at the 15 sites that I supervised. It was shocking to see many children behind in fundamentals. Instead of 1 to 3 children needing individual help in a class of 20, it was now 6 to 8 in a class of 12. Additionally, the neatly lined backpacks were replaced with unorganized boxes filled with their textbooks, worksheets, books, and a myriad of packets. The school district worked diligently to have everything organized, but unfortunately, when the children joined our program, everything was disheveled, and finding worksheets or homework could take 15 to 20 minutes. Unlike the previous year, up to that point, the children had no guidance or help when it came to their academic success. Our staff had to adjust the new norm to support the children academically. Before, it was about helping 1 to 3 children to now helping 6 to 8. Maybe that change doesn't sound like a lot, but we have to remember every child has one of 3 different synchronous and asynchronous schedules. Every teacher organizes their homework assignments differently within the apps. The materials in their boxes were disorganized. Instead of having one age group, there was now a mix of kindergarteners to 5th graders. All these factors contributed to how much individual time our staff needed to spend with each child. I am proud to say that our staff have stepped up to the plate. They help children organize their school materials. Now their homework sheets are easy to find. They created schedules to remind the children when they are in class and created charts to indicate what asynchronous work the children have completed, making sure assignments are turned in on time. The children are finally getting the structure they need to be academically successful through the Boys and Girls Clubs. As I speak about this, I recall little Maria, who was behind over 160 assignments at the start of the program and completely caught up with the help of our staff. I think of the 3 quiet siblings who would diligently log on to class, and after interacting with them for 2 weeks, it became apparent they spoke neither English nor Spanish. Because of our programs, we have helped the school identify families like them who need extra academic support. Without a doubt, our programs have helped many youth in our community academically through these times. Our members are lucky to be part of the Boys and Girls Clubs, but sometimes when I would pass by all the empty school classrooms before their reopenings, I would ask myself, what about the other children? Who is helping them? How many more children are left behind? By now, the schools are reopening in a hybrid model, but there is still so much more to be done. The children who cannot join our programs still need us now to help them academically, and the Boys and Girls Clubs has the potential to remediate even more the academic shortcomings in our community. I know our staff will continue to provide academic support, structure, and a positive environment to our current members and to the ones yet to come.
Over the past 6 months of the pandemic, the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Oxnard and Port Hueneme provided an invaluable service to the families and children in our learning communities. Boys and Girls Club staff worked at 4 school sites and at the Pleasant Valley Club, providing full-day childcare services so that students whose parents or guardians who are critical infrastructure workers had peace of mind to go to work with the knowledge that their child was safe and had access to distance learning with their peers and teacher. This support was provided by a caring and skilled group of paraprofessionals from the Boys and Girls Club. On behalf of our district families, we extend heartfelt thanks to the BGC leaders and staff for providing our students with some normalcy and consistency during the school year. Your impact on the quality of our students' educational experiences and lives during the pandemic made an enormous positive impact. We are grateful to partner with the Boys and Girls Club of Port Hueneme and Greater Oxnard.
As the students walk the halls and get picked up or walk home, waves and smiles light up the hallways as we hear goodbyes and see you tomorrows. Unfortunately, in late March 2020, tomorrow didn't come. Instead, there were apparent calls that our clubs would be closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The halls had no sound and the classrooms were empty and the club doors were shut. This would mean that our youth who attend the club would be home for 5 days without positive mentors and programming. This meant students who are fed healthy meals a day would not be guaranteed a meal, and physical activity would be almost impossible due to the living situations of most of our families. Our mission statement states to inspire and enable all students, especially those who need us the most. At this moment, they needed us more than ever. Fortunately, we opened virtually. Our organization knew the importance of social and emotional learning. Phone tutoring became available, Zoom meetings, YouTube videos for character and leadership programs, and healthy lifestyles became available for kids to have fitness in-home. Students were encouraged, students were able to express themselves virtually, and staff did a phenomenal job. Our clubs reopened in mid-August, following CDC guidelines, 12-to-1 ratios, and a change in our schedules and classroom settings. We are now able to provide in-person services for students and have even been able to open up our Nyland Center to a 7 a.m. to a 6 p.m. all-day program. Although this year, our Nyland Club had a very unfortunate tragedy. The mother of 4 of our students died of COVID-19. The hurt and pain this family went through during this loss was indescribable. The moment in time where I was reflecting on great things that our clubs do, how we can improve, and how amazing their field-working family was, the second child, age 14, walked into my office. She said, "Miss Nika, me and my siblings are going to be okay because this club is our second home. We might not have our mom anymore, but we have you. The club and staff, this is the importance of how impactful we are on a daily basis in the lives of our youth. This is how important the role we play in social and emotional well-being of our families is that much more important. These faces of our youth are a reflection of our organization, and our organization makes an impact in the lives we serve every day. Great futures do start here."
As we've navigated this pandemic, we've asked more than ever before from our students, parents, families, and staff. We're grateful for everyone's efforts, and we appreciate how hard everyone has worked to make sure our students did not lose access to their future. We are also incredibly grateful to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Oxnard and Port Hueneme for their partnership to provide our employees on-campus childcare during the pandemic. Their kind and caring youth development professionals gave children of our employees a safe place to be while they worked through different distance learning schedules and while their parents provided outstanding service to our high school students in our communities. The Boys and Girls Club staff became integral to our high school program during the pandemic, always providing a safe and welcoming environment. On behalf of our Board of Trustees and all of us in the Oxnard Union High School District, thank you to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Oxnard and Port Hueneme, their leadership team, youth development staff, and their supporters in our community. Together, we will see it through.
I started attending the Boys and Girls Club when I was 7 years old and have participated in numerous activities like spelling bees, choir groups, and sports. But by far, boxing has been my favorite. Not only did boxing teach me how to defend myself, it also taught me how to be a more outgoing and confident individual. However, the Boys and Girls Club goes far beyond these activities. With its dedicated staff always eager to help, the Boys and Girls Club truly does feel like a second home. I strongly credit the Boys and Girls Club for shaping me into a confident young woman, as well as for my academic accolades. I will be the first in my family to be graduating from a four-year university with a bachelor's degree. I have also been accepted into numerous graduate programs, all with merit scholarships. I plan on attending USC's Masters of Public Administration program in the fall of 2021 with hopes of pursuing a career at the local government level and aspirations of creating a safer, more inclusive community for all of Ventura County residents. It should be of no surprise by now that the Boys and Girls Club shapes confident, resilient, and passionate individuals who will be the future of our society. And Amethyst Glass is no exception. Amethyst is 15 years old and is the Youth of the Year of 2021 for the Boys and Girls Club. She has been a junior leader for the previous 4 years. Her goal is to create a safer, more positive environment for members of the LGBTQ+ community in the Boys and Girls Club. She also hopes to be a role model for younger members who are struggling with their gender identity or gender orientation. She is a passionate, courageous leader who will surely make a positive impact in our community. Amethyst's goal is to attend UCLA to study medicine with hopes of becoming an anesthesiologist. Amethyst will represent the Boys and Girls Club for the next year. We are all excited and delighted to have Amethyst be a voice in our community. Please welcome Miss Amethyst Glass.
You must never be fearful about what you are doing when it is right. Rosa Parks said this during the Civil Rights Act. Hello, my name is Amethyst Glass and I'm 15 years old. I've been a member for 10 years now. I value this quote because it means so much to me. It reflects on me because I was scared about doing something that I know I needed to do for myself. 3 months ago, I did what I was fearful of because I knew it was right. I came out as a transgender girl. For those of you who don't know what transgender means, it means for someone to change their gender from their assigned gender at birth. I was born a boy and I'm transitioning to a girl. All my life, I knew I was different from everyone. I love makeup and fashion. I always wanted to go to sleepovers with the girls and hang out with them. I just felt something to the boys. I didn't know what I was, but when I was 13, I came out as gay. That was the first step to an extremely long and crazy journey. I still felt empty though. I'd researched about how I felt and what people do when they feel this way. And gender dysphoria came up. Gender dysphoria is the feeling of discomfort or distress that might occur in people whose gender identity differs from their sex assigned at birth or sex-related physical characteristics. Transgender and gender non-conforming people might experience this at some point in their life. I know I was experiencing this. I did not feel like a boy and felt more comfortable dressing up, putting on wigs, and makeup. I came to the teen center a year ago. I let my friends know that I was gay. Now I had to let them know that I was trans. But before I told my friends, I actually told the staff about my transition first. I told Etzel about how I was feeling and told her that I wanted to transition. She supported me so much and made me feel so loved. We laughed, I cried, and we talked. She wanted to be there as much as she could for me and wanted me to know that I'm always loved at the club and that we could talk whenever I needed to. I feel like she really went the extra mile to make me feel so reassured and so happy. Afterwards, I told Mary and Maritza about my transition. They supported me so much too and wanted me to always be myself. All the staff respect my pronouns at the club, which are she, her, and call me by my name, which is Amethyst Reina Glass. This has been a life-changing opportunity that I will forever be thankful for. It's not only shown me how to be a leader, but to have patience, be respectful, and has shown me how loved I am. I know, with all these characteristics, I could be the next youth of the year because I could be a role model for youth, including LGBTQ+ youth. Being a teen as it is tough, but being a teen and questioning your sexuality is even harder. Being LGBTQ+ in the outside world is definitely different and hard, but with my friends and staff at the club, it's definitely easier. I could lead and show people that no matter your gender, sexuality, or race, you could be somebody and do something, and to always be yourself and not change for anyone or anything. Thank you.
Young people like Amethyst and Valeria are the future of our community and our country, and we are honored to have them as part of our clubs. Last year, looking at an uncertain future, I made a promise. We would do whatever it takes for young people in Oxnard and Port Hueneme. This year, I renew that promise, but we need you to join us. A gift of $663, or only $55 a month, pays for one member to attend the club every single day. That's $55 every month to help a kid have a great future. The gift you give today is an investment in the future of Oxnard and Port Hueneme. Make your gift at bgcop.org or by calling me directly at 805-815-4959, extension 203. Thank you.